Rifleman. Okay, I'm going to try e4 again, see if I can get a Scotch gambit. I've been playing that with some success. This is not a Scotch gambit. What is this? Ah, this is like a Neo-Philidor. Let's defend with the bishop and see what he does. Okay, he goes into a, yeah, he plays the Philidor anyway. See, I take, he takes, and he doesn't have to worry about me trading queens. So let's develop the knight. He pins the knight. Let's... Do I have to worry about this pawn? I do have to worry about that pawn. Okay, let's defend that pawn and then attack the bishop. Okay, you know, I haven't committed to kingside castling, so I could think of playing a move like g4 here, kick the bishop back. But then it's targeting the this pawn here, which is annoying. So let's defer that decision for a while and bring out a bishop, pin this piece, bring out this knight, defending the e-pawn. Okay, one little trick to watch out for, I fell for this recently, is if you push on with d5, he can take it because it defends the bishop. So it's that snapback tactic, knight to d5 and then back to e7. So don't play d5 here. Note to self. Okay, let's unpin the knight. Okay, he put his rook there. My knight is unpinned, so I have a little bit of pressure here, but not a whole lot. He's got it defended with the knight. Pawn takes, knight takes. Yeah, there's just nothing there. I'm going to castle. All right, he's trying to provoke me into playing d5. Well, I'm not going to. I'm just not going to play that move. So maybe I should take now. See if he wants to take with the pawn or the knight. Goes with the knight. Okay, let's trade that off. And now knight to c4 here hits that pawn. Let's see if he wants to defend that. How he wants to defend it. He could play his knight back to... Oh, he didn't. He moved his queen. Yeah, that's not bad. I was thinking about putting a rook on the d file opposite his queen, so it prepares to meet that in advance. So if I take the knight off, he's going to take back with the bishop. And he'll have a bad bishop, but my remaining bishop is kind of an ugly piece too. Let's see. This pawn is only defended by my bishop now. I was thinking maybe I just trade his bishop off. Okay, so let's put a rook on the e-file, an extra defender for this pawn. He can harass this knight with a move like b5, and I have to drop back. Yep. And then in this position I wanted to play bishop to e2 and trade off his bishop. I mean, he just might drop back in that case as well. Still, I have the I have the e-pawn covered now. And we'll just play this position. You know, it seems like black has gained a little bit of space. And I don't have a great way of putting pressure on his advanced e-pawn here, so I'm not sure who's really better, but maybe black is. Okay, the knight. The knight can hop into this square. It's true. I can trade off the dark squared bishop, or I can keep it and trade it for a knight. Which I'd rather do, I guess. Maybe I can play some moves to undermine his queenside over here. Pawn to a4. And that pawn is not well defended, and if I trade I get open a file to play with. Rook to a7. Yeah, maybe that's not bad. Rifleman, he really wants to trade that dark squared bishop. Okay, let's take the knight off first. He can take the bishop if he wants. And go about undermining the queenside here, as I was talking about. I no longer have rook a7, unfortunately, because he's got his bishop on this diagonal. But I have gotten rid of my bad bishop, so if I'm left with a bishop, at least it'll be a good one. And if he trades it off, he won't have the bishop pair. Aha. So now maybe I can undermine with b3. He takes, I take, he takes a bishop, I take back with the rook. Rook and queen defend c3, and I'm hitting b5 there. And he's just going to pile up on that. I guess that's okay, isn't it? Okay for him. Yes, take back with a pawn. So I can get a couple pieces on this pawn. A rook and a knight and even the queen. So he has to move his queen aside. Oh, he doesn't want to do that. He wants to play this way. Okay, so rook takes. Pawn takes. I take the queen. So rook takes, he has to move the queen. And I could take the pawn. Queen goes there, yeah, hitting this guy. Logical. Now, but if I trade rooks here, and then take here, this is still defended, and maybe my queen is overworked, but I thought this should be good for something. He can check here. Drive my king to h2. Let's see if this works out for him. But his bishop is under attack at the end, so he still has to do something about that. And I've picked up a pawn, right? 2 pawns, but he might win one of these back. Okay, let's think about this. I cannot take there. I can push this pawn forward, where it's defended by the knight. And it blocks out the queen. Blocks out that bishop. And still keeps some pressure on this guy.
Check.
He goes for the check. Still defending his e-pawn. But now there's only 2 attackers here. Wonder if there's a way to arrange a favorable trade. Or maybe I just keep pushing that pawn forward. And I could even put my rook in front of the queen. Rook to c3. Okay, he wants to invade with his rook. That's a dangerous idea. I got to watch out for that. Maybe the rook just needs to go back to the, yeah. Okay, this is still defended now. Maybe I just need to take the rook back to the back rank here and protect that. Or I could go here with the queen. Let's see, can I force a queen trade? That would probably be good. Queen here. Well, he's got a lot of squares to go to. Queen here. This queen can come out this way. Rook back. Queen can go to this square. Hard to say. Now let's get the rook away from the pin. It was kind of pinned. The pawn was kind of pinned by the bishop. Get the rook away from that, and think about this position. He's looking at this pawn. This pawn is defended. No, this pawn is under attack. So maybe I have to give up a pawn here. Well, let's stop and think about this. If he takes, I take. He takes with the queen, I take. He takes with the rook, I give a check. But his king escapes. Well, let's at least not lose another pawn. Let's not lose the f-pawn. It might be worth all these trades if I can get rid of some material here.
Check.
Oh, those checks. Didn't account for that. We can grab this pawn, but at the least I won't be able to force an exchange of something. Knight for bishop, probably. Yeah, so he's not taking. And if I push, where is he going? Okay, let's defend it. He didn't take it, I'm going to defend it. And now I'm going to push. Yeah, he's got that square again. He can, once again, come to... Okay, so knight here blocks the access to b2 and hits the queen. He can't take the pawn because I take. If he takes the rook, and he takes the knight with his rook, that gives up the exchange, I think. And without, I don't see the tactic that wins there. And if he just goes back, then I can push the pawn forward one more step. He can trade here. Okay, making life difficult for me. So if I push the pawn, his bishop will take my knight. And he's threatening to take the knight anyway with the queen. So where does the knight go? Maybe here. Just kind of want to buy enough time to push that pawn forward. He still has queen back here, but then I have queen up to force or to encourage a trade of queens. It somehow is a very complicated position. Let's see. Let's watch the time. 2:20 to 4:46. So I'm still playing, but he's still playing too. Well, he's thinking. Okay, pawn forward. Just going to keep marching forward with that pawn. It becomes a threat at some point. Pawn forward. Yeah, he goes forward. That's not a bad idea. I should take here. Okay, so I have a check here. Now that he's left this diagonal with the bishop. And, or I could just go here with the queen. But then he can try and concentrate on my g2 square there. So let's deliver the check. went there. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay, so let's see. This is adequately protected. I can bring my rook over here. Let's see. He's currently threatening to take on h6 because of the h3 because of the pin on g2. If I play king up, he has a check with the queen here. One more check.
Check.
That's it. Okay, minute 25 left. Force a trade of queens. This kills his counterplay here. And the pin will no longer matter, especially if he loses the queen. It won't matter. He needed to trade there. But I think I had a winning advantage there. So I guess he's wondering if he should resign now or if there's some trick, some last trick to go for a perpetual or something, or a fortress. Don't see it. I don't think there are any tricks here.
Black forfeits due to disconnection.
Okay, disconnected. Well, I guess he was upset, but well, I was winning there. I thought he was getting a lot of play, but I thought I had the game. Okay. Anyway, I will upload this new postmortem. See you guys later. Bye.